Welcome to Sports Entertainment Weekly. I'm Sam Groos to my right.
Matt Sheehan here.
To my left,
Austin Schick.
we're going to be talking some sports. We've got a lot lined up for today. Our first episode. Matt, what do we have on tap first?
Well, we're really excited today to shoot this thing off. We're going to start it off with a little NCAA March Madness, baby. It doesn't get any bigger than this. It's the best time of the year. So let's start it off. I mean, gosh dang it. History was made. UMBC Retrievers beat number 1 seed Virginia. I mean, what was that about? Come on.
I honestly never thought it would happen in my lifetime. I probably would have put a lot of money down that it would have never happened, but I guess it was bound to happen eventually. I mean, they've been playing this for too long for it to not ever happen.
I was like, UMB who? Virginia was my champion, dog. Like, that, I mean, it was history, but at the same time, my bracket was done after the first few games.
And that wasn't the first and that really wasn't the only upset that occurred. I mean, you had Loyola beating Miami. That was a huge upset. Let's see, who else lost?
Oklahoma lost.
Oklahoma dropped their first game.
Yep. I thought they were going to at least go to the round of 32.
I agree. Who else? Buffalo over Arizona.
Who would have thought Buffalo of all?
It seemed to me that, the Wildcats just checked out. It seemed, that some of their players were like, well, we're already down, so let's just, get started on our professional career and check out.
Sounds like a little Coach Calipari action.
Oh, another one.
Ooh, Coach Calipari. Is this his best coaching job?
I think it is. I think
It has to be.
He always, what he said in his 30 for 30 is that he always wants to train guys to play as a team, but then it's really strange because then he just sends these one and dones into the NBA. But this year, without there being a superstar on Kentucky, maybe they're going to have some success and go far. We'll see.
They're a 5 seed. In my opinion, they're the favorite coming out of the South.
Yeah, for sure.
They have to be.
SEC champions.
SEC champs.
Beating the Volunteers.
He knows, John Calipari knows how to coach in the big dance.
He does. And he's one of those guys on that list. I've got a list of like 4 guys you never count out in March. John Calipari, Coach K, Tom Izzo, which, man, he's already gone, and Roy Williams, he's already gone as well. So, man, 2 of my 4.
We're halfway done with that.
Halfway done with that. So maybe it's good that you're not on my list. Better things might happen.
You know what that reminds me of? Chris Jericho. You just made the list. Am I right?
You just made the list. It's not a good thing. I do wonder, with all of these lower seeds moving on to the Sweet 16, is that going to affect ratings at all?
It's got to. I mean, you'll always get a lot of viewership in March Madness, no doubt about that. But with these smaller teams like Loyola Chicago, even A&M, I mean, they got a huge fan base, but the national audience isn't like, oh, Texas A&M. But
you've still got a couple blue bloods. You've got Kentucky. You've got KU. Duke. I mean, those are your 3 blue bloods, and then you've got a team that's been there the past couple years, Villanova.
Yeah.
I think they're the team to beat.
Villanova is the team to beat. They're coming up against West Virginia. I think that's it's going to be a tough game, but I think Nova's on top in that one.
I do too. They're the number. I think they were the number 3 overall seed in the tournament going in. So they're the only.
I personally like Purdue over Nova, but
you like Purdue over Nova?
yes, sir.
Whew. It's a tough draw.
It's been the year of the upset, though, so.
That's true. Let's talk brackets a little bit. I really want to hear what you guys think are coming out of these sweets. We made our own Sweet 16 brackets, Screw the entire bracket. Those have just been thrown out the window. We're restarting everything.
I lit mine on fire.
I threw mine away, even though it's on my phone. I guess I can't do that, but for the environment, I did anyway. So, Sweet 16 brackets, what do we got?
So who do you guys have for K-State and Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Go Big Blue, baby.
Go Big Blue.
Big Blue.
Loyola Chicago against Nevada.
I have Loyola. MVC
Loyola?
represent.
Sister Jean.
Sister
Jean is going to, help them out there.
Carry them to the Elite 8. Florida State, Gonzaga.
Zags.
The Zags, baby.
Zags, all right. Michigan, A&M.
Michigan.
A&M.
A&M.
Everything's big in Texas, baby.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Can't ever hold the Texas boys down like Texas Rattlesnake.
Villanova, West Virginia.
Nova,
Nova.
Yep.
Texas Tech, Purdue.
Purdue.
Go Red Raiders.
I got Purdue.
Ooh.
Not everything is bigger in Texas. Not everything.
Just wait for the rest of my bracket. I think we'll get some good ones.
All right. KU, Clemson.
KU.
KU.
Clemson.
Ooh.
Curveball.
I just
Now-
don't think this is Kansas' year, bro.
I agree. I have a lot of doubts about Kansas. They can shoot the three ball, but they don't play defense. They kind of remind me of the Oklahoma team from a couple years ago with Buddy Hield. They made it to the Final Four, but they got cold and they couldn't score, and they didn't play defense.
Cold feet.
Cold feet.
Cold hands.
Syracuse, Duke.
Duke.
Is there even any question? I mean, both teams will be playing the zone. It's going to make for kind of a really boring game, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Duke is going to come out on top because Grayson Allen's going to be, throwing his butt around out
Marvin Bagley.
there. Yeah.
Marvin Bagley. Yeah.
So, Kentucky, Loyola in the Elite Eight.
Kentucky.
I got Loyola's lucky streak coming to an end. I got the big blue.
It's gonna end there.
Kentucky is just too good. Honestly, I think they're the second or third best team left in the tournament.
They haven't had their best season that they've ever had, obviously, with them. I mean, they were like number 5 in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, and they were a 5 seed coming into the tournament.
Yeah.
So, again, this is Calipari's best coaching job. Best coaching job. Gonzaga, Texas A&M.
I got A&M.
I have Gonzaga over Michigan.
You do? Okay. I've got Texas A&M as well. Everything is bigger again down in Texas.
Here's the deal with A&M. You got the 6'10" duo, junior center Tyler Davis and sophomore forward Robert Williams, the co-SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Michigan's got a lot to handle with these hands, and they're going to get these hands when those big old 6'10" boys are coming up and blocking shots, getting rebounds, pulling them down. You can't stop them, baby. You can't.
Those are some tough matchups.
Mhm.
Nova, Purdue is what I have. I know you have Texas Tech.
Oh yeah, I got Tech again,
You got Tech beating Nova.
all the way from Lubbock, Texas, baby. Bang!
I have Purdue
Bang!
over Nova.
You have Purdue over. I'm the only one that has Nova moving on, so I'm gonna stick with them. KU Duke.
I have Duke in my
Coach
final
K,
four.
baby.
So
Coach K. Coach K. So my final four: Kentucky, A&M, Nova, and Duke.
Kentucky, A&M, Tech, and Duke.
Kentucky, Gonzaga, Purdue, and Duke.
Championships.
Tech and A&M. Everything's bigger in Texas,
Oh
baby.
my
We're going to
goodness.
Texas Showdown. You can't handle it.
Where is the final four this year? San
San
Antonio.
Boom! It's meant to happen. It's meant to be. Texas is gonna succeed and get their own dang country, and it can't stop them.
Oh my goodness. Well, I've got Texas A&M and Villanova in the championship. Austin.
I have Gonzaga and Duke, with Duke winning the
He's got
championship.
Duke.
The Zags.
I've got the Villanova Wildcats coming out on top.
All right.
You've
I-
got
Texas Tech winning 88-85.
Texas Tech. Now I could have understood if you took Texas A&M. Could have jumped on that,
Texas
Barack
Tech.
Obama
I know.
bandwagon, but
Yeah. I had to throw a curveball. This has been a crazy March Madness. Both of my grandparents were professors at Texas Tech down in Lubbock, Texas. I went down to Baylor. I was in Waco, and I saw Baylor play Tech, where Baylor upset them. And you could just tell Tech was the better team, but they were just off that night. So you know what? If Justin Gray, Keenan Evans, and Zaire Smith come out, we got 3 successful guards who get about 7 to 8 rebounds a game, as well as scoring points.
it's tough to beat.
It's tough to beat if you got the 3 freaking triple threat, like WrestleMania. It's going to be triple threat of mania. We're going to get a triple threat out there, and they're going to take it all the way. I'm calling it right now.
I think we've already seen all of the upsets already. I don't know if there's really any more to be had.
I don't know if I can take any more.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think I can either. So I think it's going to be a lot of the top dogs moving on. The Kentuckys, the A&Ms, the Novas, and the Dukes.
The big dogs.
The big dogs. What else do we have on tap?
Well, this is, I think, me and Austin's favorite thing.
Speaking
that
of
we're
big
talking about.
dogs,
Speaking
the
of big
dog. Roman Reigns. Next, we're going to talk about a little WWE, Monday Night Raw, John Cena's promo, and WrestleMania. Man, I'm excited.
I'm excited. I hope that we don't get John Cena and Kane
Oh.
at
Oh,
WrestleMania.
gosh.
I hate to throw that right out of the gate, 'cause there's a lot to talk about.
That really.
But Kane
Ugh.
coming out and choke slamming Cena, not what I wanted to see.
It was so obvious. We knew there was just going to be a quick choke slam. I was hoping he'd at least say something.
Right. Say on behalf of my brother, The Undertaker.
Yeah,
And then choke slam
him.
him, because that sets up WrestleMania. It
Yeah.
does.
Yep.
Anything else eventful happen
Um,
on Raw?
Big Dog was there even though he was suspended.
Yeah.
He gets handcuffed by U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshals.
Brock Lesnar comes out and beats him.
You should have seen his wrists were just bruised. There was a little blood on his hand. I saw. So I mean, getting F5 with having handcuffs on. I mean, gosh. I mean, that had to hurt.
That's not fake. I don't
No.
care what they say.
Those bruises ain't fake.
That's not fake. Ronda Rousey.
It's been interesting with her. She hasn't been on the last two Raws. There was actually, I heard that off screen she had a match last night.
Yeah.
She did, yeah, against Dana Brooke.
Dana
I think?
Brooke.
Dana
Yeah.
Brooke, yeah, she came out and told Ronda to get out of a ring. She went to hit Ronda. That did not go well. She got thrown out of the ring like that.
Yep, makes sense.
Um,
Why don't you have that on Raw? We had the ultimate deletion last night. It was awful. Dumbest thing I ever saw.
I don't even want to talk about it because it was just terrible. It was hard to watch. Not a whole lot going on there.
I personally was not a fan. It was basically House of Horrors 2.0, except
Yeah.
taking place in the middle of Matt Hardy's backyard with a random wrestling ring there.
Way
and
worse.
A random WWE official, so
The only good thing that came out of that was we got to see like 2 seconds of Jeff Hardy. That was like the only good thing.
I was surprised
Yeah.
they showed him with all this, talk about him getting a DWI lately, getting arrested. So
do you think that affects his WrestleMania status?
I think it might. I don't know if he's
think
going
it
to come
will.
out.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what the company does. I know the company doesn't like to mess around with that stuff. If there's a sexual assault or DWI of these things, they either dismiss them or definitely
Mhm.
definitely get them in trouble. So I don't know. We'll see.
And they tend to help out guys too if they're struggling with something like addiction or
They-
alcoholism.
They
Mhm.
put business first.
Yep.
They do.
It's always
Um,
about the business. Show me the money. That's what they say in business. Otherwise, WrestleMania, I mean, did that set up Taker versus Cena, or did it take it away? I think it set it up
I think it's
strangely.
I think in
Agreed.
a way it set it up.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna wait till like next week or maybe even the Monday before WrestleMania
That
to
April
have
2nd.
Undertaker come out and say you're on.
Yeah.
It seems that Cena's talking too much
Oh,
for this
come
to
on.
not happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He is talking so much smack.
You can't go out calling the Undertaker a coward.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around for 20.
It's been like 25 years.
He's been
At
around
least.
forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Because his streak is, he's 21-2 now. So
Yeah.
23. This year 24 for him.
yeah,
Might
been
be his
around a
last
while.
year.
I'd like to think that it is.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch him sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be. I've heard rumors. You always hear these rumors with the WWE. Who the Undertaker wants to end his career, and I've heard that he wants Cena to end his career. And I mean, having the big dog end his career last year.
No.
I think Cena and him, they've had a good history together. If you look all the way back when Cena came in 14, 15 years ago, the Undertaker was in his prime, and he said, good job, kid. Had this
Mhm.
good moment. I think it's a good way to end it for sure. I know they both respect each other.
Right. I feel like to end his career, it needs to be someone of weight. It needs to be John Cena. Or I remember years ago, Triple H told Undertaker that it needed to end. And Undertaker said, if that time comes, I respect you enough that I would want you to do it. So maybe it could be Triple H.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I don't want that to happen, but
Yeah.
that would be interesting.
With him having a match this year with Stephanie against Ronda and Kurt Angle, if this is Undertaker's last WrestleMania, which it should be, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see that happen.
No, I don't either.
But yeah, so that's about, also Braun Strowman, he needs a partner. for the Raw Tag Team titles. I'm calling Elias.
Elias.
I think it's gonna be those
Yeah,
two.
it's gonna be in.
The Bearded Brothers.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. I think they can take the bar. I hope they win. Get the bar out of there.
Yeah.
You know. And then honestly, it could set up a good, if Dean Ambrose comes back, a good Shield versus Strowman and Elias feud for a while.
For sure.
Yeah.
So.
Hard to beat Braun Strowman.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even think three people could beat Braun
No.
Strowman. He is a mountain of a man.
Yep.
So whoever he picks as his partner, or whoever picks him, you can just ride him in.
Yep. Yep.
So
Well, let's get on that. NBA. Cavaliers, LeBron, last night, LeBron had another triple-double. Like, dropping, like, 40. Man, I mean, year 15, and he's still going strong.
it's crazy that he's been around for 15 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it.
No, it doesn't.
What's going on with the Warriors?
A lot of injuries holding them back. Man, they were just struggling last night. Low-scoring game against the Spurs. If these injuries progress into the postseason, I think we're going to see the Rockets take the West.
Whew.
Very good chance.
Dude, that would be crazy. Now it just seems to me that the Eastern Conference is really weak in comparison to the West. I
Mhm.
mean, in the West, you've got the Warriors, the Rockets,
Mhm.
the Spurs are always good, the Thunder are always good,
Yep.
Timberwolves are on the uptick.
Timberwolves,
They are, yeah.
or the Timber Bulls, whatever. I mean, they've got a bunch of old Bulls players there. Who else am I missing out there?
Those are the main ones.
Those are the main
I mean,
ones.
those are the top dogs.
And I look at the East, and you've got the Cavs, the Raptors,
Celtics.
Celtics, and the Bucks. Or are the Bucks not there?
They're in 8th right now.
They're in eighth.
Yeah, they're not bad. They got a winning record. They got, I don't even know how to say his last name. Capuno or something.
Giannis, I can't.
We'll say Giannis or Giannis.
I'll say Giannis. Yeah.
Yep.
It just seems like the East is always the weaker division, or the conference.
They're kind of like the underdog. I'll give them that. I think they got some hidden talent in there
Mhm.
with the Celtics and the Cavs. Here's the deal. Each division, you always got to have that top dog. And yeah, LeBron and the Cavs have always been that top dog. But you know what? When you take LeBron against the Warriors, I mean, he's won against them in the finals. So who's the best division? I don't know.
It's tough to say.
It's tough to say.
It'll be interesting if the Warriors get healthy for the playoffs,
Yep.
and they make a run to the finals,
Mm-hmm.
and the Cavs make a run to the finals. If the Warriors come out on top again, which I think they would, it's hard to beat Curry, Thompson, Durant,
Mm-hmm.
and
Draymond.
Draymond. That's a tough draw.
It's 4 All-Stars right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Or have a case to be All-Stars.
I feel like if that matchup happened again and the Warriors won, I think that seals the deal that LeBron can't win without a big
Yeah.
another big superstar like Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for Hill and Clarkson to really step up for
Yes.
the Cavs. I mean, they're young, they are good, they're putting up good numbers, but we can just see more out of them. I mean, just watching them play, they're a little sloppy with the ball. They put up some dumb shots, air balls last night. You know, I saw a couple of those. It's just they're not where they need to be yet to be that Kyrie, to be even that Kevin Love, who came back last night and had a great game, which was awesome to see. I'm glad he's back. The weird thing is with Tyronn Lue leaving for health reasons, is this going to help them or is this going to hurt them? Because last night they did great against the Bucks, who are a pretty good team.
Yeah. I don't know. That's tough. I feel like in the NBA when you have these teams with superstars, I mean, we saw the Warriors coaching themselves earlier this year. I feel like if you're the Cavs, how much does Coach Lue actually do, or does it all just fall on LeBron's shoulders?
Yeah, let's just say LeBron should get a paycheck for playing and a paycheck for coaching.
Might as well
He
give him
basically
one for
coaches.
being the GM as well. I mean,
Yeah.
he basically makes all the decisions on that team.
Yep. So, yep. I think LeBron and the Cavs. I kind of think LeBron's waiting until playoffs to really go off. There was this point in time last night, I believe it was in the second quarter, where LeBron just got pissed off and he just went beast mode. And like in a minute, he just dropped 2 threes and had this slam dunk, and then he went in again to go for another slam, got fouled, and he like hit it off the rim, went flying. So in that like minute, and then he scored both free throws. So he had like 10 points in like a minute and a half's time, like just went off. If we see that in the playoffs, good luck to whoever. Good luck to the whole All-Star team. I don't care. He could take on anybody doing that.
He could, but if he's dropping 40, and on the other side you've got Durant dropping 30 and Curry dropping 30 and Thompson putting up 20.
Sure.
That's 80 points right
Yeah.
there from,
Yep.
from 3 guys.
Yep.
Plus Draymond, kicking people down low.
Ugh.
I don't know if LeBron
Ugh.
going off is enough to beat a foursome like that.
Yep. He's going to have Korver drop at least 3 or 4 threes. Love drop some threes. He's got to be good on the
Grant
boards.
Hill's got to show up.
Yep. Hill's got to show up. Clarkson's got to show up.
A lot of what ifs have to happen for the Cavs to overcome the Warriors still.
Right. Definitely. Well, let's talk some Blues. I'll tell you what, I've kind of checked out with the Blues this season.
The Blues are kind of like a high school relationship. You're all in, and then you're off again for a week, and then you're all in again, and then you're off again for a week, and then all of a sudden you're all in, and you're 1 point out of the playoffs. Well,
Yep.
that's where the Blues sit right now. They're 1 point out of the playoffs. I'm looking at the lines for tonight's game. Tarasenko not on the ice for practice. He's out with a concussion. I'm kind of worried about that. There's 9 games left on the schedule. Bortuzzo not on the ice. Looks like it's going to be Schmaltz getting the call for that, and Carter Hutton not on the ice as well. So maybe we'll get to see prospect Ville Husso make his first career start here eventually. I don't have anyone in the starters net so far, so it could be Husso, it could be Jake Allen. But the biggest reason that the Blues are back in contention is they're getting scoring from the blue line. Alex Pietrangelo named the NHL's first star of the week. He had 2 goals, and he had 3 goals in the past 2 games. He has been lighting it up. Vince Dunn, the rookie sensation, coming up again, lighting it up. He had 2 against the Blackhawks
Nice.
the other night.
Always good to beat the Blackhawks.
Always good to beat the Blackhawks. Even, I think, today, if the Blackhawks lose, they could be eliminated from the playoffs.
Oh, wow. Playoffs without the Blackhawks.
It's good
And
news in my ears.
also interesting, the Red Wings could also be eliminated. The last time that those 2 teams were not in the playoffs in the same year is 1968, 1969.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while, folks. I would love to see the playoffs not feature the Blackhawks or the Red Wings,
Yeah.
but the history fan that I am, you want to see that continue.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
I will say, if the Blues do make the playoffs, I don't see them making a run. They probably have a first-round draw against Nashville, and Nashville scares the crap out of me. I'm just going to put that out there.
The Reds are good.
We saw what they did last year in the playoffs, and they've only gotten better. They're scary. There's a lot of good teams in the West this year.
Yep.
Are they the top points leader? this
Yes,
year?
the Predators, they were the first team to clinch a playoff spot. I think they were the first to reach 100
Wow.
points.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Tampa Bay is actually, I think Tampa Bay is second
The old
in the
Lightning.
league.
Good for
The
them.
Lightning,
Lightning.
yeah, they are at 102, and the Predators are at 106.
Wow.
So Predators are running away with the Central Division. The Jets are in second with 96.
The Jets.
I'll tell you what, I was pulling for the Predators last year in the championship. I wanted to see them get the first one.
I wasn't, because it hurts me as a Blues fan. We've been around for 50 years and still no Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
But I've always liked Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Whenever that that dynasty started, Crosby, Fleury, Malkin.
Yeah.
When that started, I'm like, man, this team's really good. And they lost to Detroit, and then they beat Detroit. And then last year, I'm like, I don't know how they can how the Predators can beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Murray is I think the only person to ever be a 2-time Stanley Cup champion and still be a rookie. He hasn't made that enough starts to beat or to overcome rookie status.
Mhm.
That's insane. But Pittsburgh, they're sitting in second in the Metro right now, and they're getting hot at the right time again.
That's
Could
what it's
be
all about.
Could be a three-peat for Pittsburgh.
It's who gets hot at the right time. Speaking of Fleury, I think he's doing pretty well out in Vegas.
Out in Vegas, the Vegas Golden Knights, if they win a Stanley Cup before we do, I think I might just give up hockey
gosh.
altogether.
Where are they at right now?
They sit atop the Pacific
Wow.
with 97 points. The
Wow.
Sharks are in second with 89. I don't know how the Sharks are even competing. They're just a bunch of old men. But what makes the Golden Knights so good is they've got a bunch of second and third line guys with a lot to prove,
Mhm.
and they don't ever believe that they're out of games. I look at a guy who played for St. Louis last year, David Perron,
Yeah.
coming out being a phenomenal first line player for the Knights. They've also got former Blue Ryan Reeves.
I love Reeves. I miss
He
him.
was one of my favorites.
Hard not to love Ryan Reeves, and it's funny, the Blues protected Ryan Reeves in the expansion draft to keep him away from Vegas. They trade him to Pittsburgh. They get a first-round pick. They arguably got the best player in the draft that last year, and Pittsburgh winds up dealing him to Vegas.
Crazy.
Crazy how that works. But yeah, I don't think the Knights make it out of the first round.
Really.
Really.
Yeah,
Got the playoff blues.
Yeah, playoff Blues. It takes a lot to win in the playoffs. It takes experience, and they've got experience. Marc-Andre Fleury
Yep.
anchoring them down in the crease. They've got Perron, Reeves. They've got a couple other guys, but playoff hockey is a whole nother animal, and that's why we've seen teams like the Blackhawks repeat. Win so much. The Red Wings and the Penguins win so much. Is they've been there, they've done that.
Yeah. Even if the Blackhawks are on their worst year, but they still make the playoffs, you can't ever count them out.
Right. I mean, it'd be like if the Patriots made the playoffs and they were having a down year.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to count out Tom Brady,
No.
and it's just not going to happen. So, Blues, I think they make the playoffs. I think right now Vegas has them at a 50% chance to make the playoffs. So flip a coin. They sit 1 point back. I think it's possible. They need a lot to happen. They need the Kings to lose. They need the Stars to lose.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a tough draw.
There's only
going
10
forward.
games left, right?
Yeah, 9 games left, so they need a lot to happen. But they are on a 2-game win streak, and they've got 6 games against teams that aren't in playoff contention right now.
That'll help
Well.
them out.
So could
Rack
be
up the points.
rack up the points. Hope that the teams ahead of you lose. I think we have a game in hand against the Stars as well, so that helps as well.
Mhm.
So if there is a tie, we would leapfrog. So that would be nice.
Definitely. What are your keys to success for the Blues? Do you have any?
I've got one, and I mentioned it earlier, scoring from the blue line. If you want a Stanley Cup champion, you got to have your defensemen contributing to the offensive side. You look at what Chicago's done. Brent Seabrook, Duncan Keith, they scored. Pittsburgh, Chris Letang, he scores. You have to have guys like Alex Pietrangelo, Colton Parayko, Vince Dunn continuing what he's doing,
Yep.
Joel Edmondson contributing as well, and Jake Allen has to be good enough. Like he can't be getting up more than 1 or 2 goals per game,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the offense that we've had this year. It's sad because he's kept us in a lot of games. He kept us in a lot of games this year, but our offense just wasn't picking him up. So Jake Allen has to continue doing what he's doing. He's really rebounded. Like to see him, continue this into next year and all through the next year, so we don't have another controversy like we did this year.
Yep.
And your superstars have to be superstars. Tarasenko, Schwartz, you guys got to score. I can't be paying you millions of dollars to not score when we need you to score.
Yep.
Tarasenko, get healthy, come back, light the lamp. Been a down year for you. You've only got 23, 24 goals.
Mm.
We're paying you to score 40, so
Yep.
pick up the pace.
Right.
Yeah, those are my keys.
The good keys.
Good keys.
Keys to
Good
success,
keys.
baby. Now, Tiger Woods.
Oh, Tiger's
He's
back.
back.
Oh, I'm so happy Tiger's back.
He's back and he's on top.
Choked a little bit last weekend, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We saw what he did 2 weekends ago. Finished second. He's back. He's chipping for birdie, making 71-foot putts. He's wearing Sunday red.
I'm seeing his swing has more speed when he was in his prime.
Yeah, he's generating more power, and I don't know how that's possible. Because when he was at the top of his game, no one could outdrive Tiger besides Bubba Watson.
Yeah.
Bubba Watson, watch out for him at the Masters. As always, there's a lot of guys to watch out for at the Masters. Rory, Bubba.
Yeah, can't count out Rory.
Rory's going to be there. Ricky Fowler, don't want to count him out either. Zach Johnson. There's a lot of guys out there. But Tiger, hopefully he makes the cut for Masters, and hopefully he plays well enough to get himself in contention for the green jacket. I know golf is a lot more fun when Tiger's on top.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's coming up. Masters are April 5th at Augusta National. It's coming up. We got a lot of big things. April 5th, we got the Masters. April 8th, we got WrestleMania. I mean, April's going to be a good month.
April's going to be and let's not forget, we're 9 days away
From Major League Baseball.
from opening day.
Oh, man.
There's a lot going on here in the next couple weeks, so you're just going to want to hunker down on your couch for the next foreseeable month.
Don't
Watching
forget the national championships on.
national championship. And let's not forget playoff hockey as well. You got a lot going on your TV sets right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, apart from March Madness, it's kind of been a slow couple of months for sports. But now,
Yeah.
It really has been
Yeah.
picking up. A lot going on. Definitely going to make for a really fun spring. For all you people down here at Missouri State, you might want to go check out those baseball Bears. They've kind of picked up right where they left off last year,
how's Jeremy Ironman doing?
killing it. He's hitting like 317, 3 or 4 home runs. He's really started to pick up. He was named Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week.
Oh wow.
Good for him.
And Dylan Coleman, being the ace that he is, had a rough start in Stillwater against Oklahoma State on Saturday. But beyond that, he's got like a 2.34 earned run average,
Wow.
striking out everyone in sight. The walks are really coming down. Really like what I've seen out of him. I do have some questions about that bullpen, but the good news is Jake Fromson is back. Hopefully they don't overuse him like they did last year, but they're going to need him to close out games this year.
Without Brian Young.
Without Brian
Find
Young.
an arm to close
Yeah.
out games. That's.
And Jake Fromson is that guy. He's
Mhm.
getting that slider back to where it needs to be. He's pitched in 4 1/3 innings so far. He's made appearances in 2 games. Looked really strong against Iowa on Wednesday. I look for big things out of him as well.
You know, maybe we could do a Sports Entertainment Weekly at Hammons Field.
That would be nice. That'd be cool. We
That'd
get
be
down
really
there, you know, broadcast a little during the games. Maybe get some live shots of the game.
I always enjoy going to the Springfield Cardinals, too.
Those
Yeah.
are a lot of fun
They're
too.
fun.
Gonna be hopefully getting to see some big names coming through
Yeah.
Springfield this year. Delvin Perez maybe makes that jump from single A to double A this year. Fingers crossed. He's only 18 or 19 years old.
Wow.
The shortstop of the future for the Cardinals,
Mhm.
perceivably.
Is he in Peoria right now?
Yes. After spring training, he will probably move up to high A ball, and he'll work with the Peoria team this year a little bit. But again, hopefully he makes that jump to double A, and we'll get to see him a little bit down here in Springfield.
And is that Delwin Perez right here?
Delvin Perez, yes sir.
Yeah, so I worked in Peoria last summer, actually, and I got
Really?
to go around with
Really?
the Chiefs a little bit. I got to meet him. He's a really cool guy.
He is a really cool
Awesome.
guy. Drafted a couple years ago, at age 17.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of I think it was steroid problem. The Cardinals got him late in the first round. Arguably, he was the best shortstop in that draft class, and he fell to the Cardinals, which was huge. Defensively, no problems. I think he can anchor that position. Need to see a little bit more with the bat going forward, though.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Definitely.
But yeah, probably not going to get to see Jack Flaherty in Springfield. He'll probably make the AAA team this year. Doesn't look like he's going to be on the opening day roster for the Cardinals. as Luke Weaver has just dominated everybody in sight down in Jupiter.
Yeah, he's looking like a pitcher of the future for
Yeah.
sure. And I like, speaking of Jack Flaherty, I've liked what I've seen from him so far.
He's pitched well enough to get into that rotation, but there's only one spot available, and it was Luke Weaver's to lose.
yeah,
So, and he didn't.
Luke Weaver's winning that.
He's winning it. He's keeping it. Now, if an injury occurs or a guy like Adam Wainwright struggles, Jack Flaherty's
Jack's getting the call.
He's getting
for
the
sure.
call. His stuff is nasty. I wouldn't. I don't want to face it.
Well, I hope the
General.
Cardinals do well this year.
I do too. I think
I
they're
do,
going to
yeah.
surprise a lot of people. That outfield's super athletic. Couple of issues in the bullpen, but I feel good about our closer situation with Dominic Leone anchoring that down. We got him in that trade with the Blue Jays. So a few things are coming into light. Jose Martinez tearing it up. I think he'll get some starts
Yeah.
at first base this year. Don't know how they're going to do that, especially if everyone's on the infield stays
You
healthy.
don't want to put Carpenter back at third.
We don't. He is
No.
a liability. Honestly, Matt Carpenter's a liability defensively everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to go to the American League and just hit.
Yeah.
But beyond that, yeah, I think they're going to surprise some people. Hopefully, a lot of the things we talked about today surprise some people. The Blues surprise some people. Texas Tech surprises some people.
Go Red Raiders.
Go Red Raiders. Sorry, but go Wildcats.
Go Duke, baby.
It's a Duke year. All right, that's all for us at Sports Entertainment Weekly. Again, I'm Sam Gruce.
Matt Sheehan.
Austin Schick.
That'll do it. We'll see you next week.